Welcome everyone back to Total War Warhammer 3 in part 3 of our Skarsnik, the Old World campaign. In today's episode, the stinking stunties have come on over and trespassed on our landing. They've been shouting at us for the better part of 30 minutes while I started to try to get this episode started up here. So what we are going to do is grab Kevin. I wanted to see who they were at war with, and unfortunately it is just Clan Gratak. So we won't be able to go for any kind of peace or any kind of mercenary work to gain a little bit of extra gold for fighting the WAAAGH here. What we are gonna do is make sure I did recruit on in all of the ROR units that we can snag for this battle, and grab the Moon Howlers here, which they're not amazing, but Wolf Cavalry is very quick and they're pretty decent at shutting down Quarrelers. So even though they are in the underway stance, it's gonna be a tough battle no matter what here. But let's try to overwhelm WAAAGH. Yes, we declare war. And Bellegarde just has the 2 armies, so if we can take down this one and then prepare for the other, he's strength rank 1.
I will not.
This is either the end of Crooked Moon or Clan Agrand. And he's gonna run. Well, that's really not great.
No.
Because him running away now stops us from finishing them off, because we can't really chase them down. I'm tempted to come on up north and chase Ono off then. He's got the 2 units of warp fire throwers, which are a huge threat.
No, blame you. I got me, brother.
I think we can deal with him. I also don't want him charging up here towards Karagrail. We need another battle to try to get the fightiness off to a WAAAGH. I think that's why they ran away. They know that the WAAAGH is too dangerous. Speaking of too dangerous, Warlord and the Goblin Shaman. Pyrrhic victory, we would lose almost everyone in the fighting, and I'm thinking it's going to be a pretty tough battle. They are luckily going to be Winded the Rats, and they're not going to have any that they're going to be able to summon in from underneath. We do just have to keep in mind that this Warlord here is not terrible in combat, so he'll be able to throw down with our Wizard should he close the gap. Alright, let's get to it. Okay, so we are fighting uphill. We'll start deployment, and we need to pull our own units a little ways back then. So they've got the warp fire throwers. I'm thinking it'd be a good idea to get some of our archers up and around this hill here. And as much of our infantry as well. That way we can force those warp fire throwers into a area that they're not going to be able to be all that much use, because they don't have super arcing fire. So let's grab some of our goblins here. We want just 1 or so of the units up front to take the brunt of the warp fire, if anyone has to. Gonna have a layered effect of gobos. 3 on this end, and just the 2 over here. Change my mind, we'll have 3 over here. Thank goodness we don't have to deal with any ruin spells. That would be a nightmare. I'm gonna put the trolls in the woods with the Moon Howlers in this section of forest, and then we can have all of our nasty skulkers kind of spread on around. Okay, man, I'm gonna put right up front here. I'm gonna have him blasting away at those warp grinders to start. Don't look like a very threatening unit, but once they can get in and drop their earthquake down, our goblins will disintegrate pretty quickly. Grab all of our infantry. We'll have the normal gobos in guard mode. It's the same thing with the archers. Let's move our skulkers in. I'm going to have them just set up on these sides. Try to get those armor-piercing flank attacks. Go 3 up here. 3 on this side. Same kind of thing. We want them back a little ways. That way they're not initially triggering combat. And we'll have the other nasty skulkers kind of waiting in the back line with our Moon Howlers here. Beautiful. Let's see if we got what it takes. Start launching some Vindictive Glare. Oh, we have to get way closer. Alright, Goblin Magic is a little bit weak and pointless, as the orcs would say. And Ono is going to go ahead and sit up on top of the hill. Really wouldn't be a bad idea then for us to have him come on forward and try to launch some of those spells. Let's scoot apart our archers a little bit there. Couple archers are mostly expendable. and just for catching arrows. Once we get the night goblins in, though, and some more research under our belt, we'll be in pretty good shape. You close enough to start launching some goodies. Their night runners are completely visible, which is not great for them. Start launching some vindictive glare over there towards the warp grinders. Get in there, little buddy. Wah! He's not here for it. He's very quiet. I'm gonna go ahead and move these skulkers out and around as well, so they're not getting caught. Same thing with these boys up to the top of the hill. Vindictive glare away. Oh, all of them hit the nothing at all. Big old waste. Maybe a few rats got splattered there, but mostly it was 17 kills. Actually, take it back. Not bad at all. Just keep moving along the sides of them. Keep blasting the spells at the warp fire throwers. And they're more important armored targets. You guys keep moving. Army is shifting. More vindictive glare towards those grinders. There's so many rats in the way. If it hits anyone else, perfect. Well, maybe some of them will actually land. Rip it on through the rats' lines. Missed the little WAAAGH energy and blood. Not bad. Let's say you, rats. That's two of them now we've hit you with. I'm gonna bring this group of skulkers up into the forest. Try to bring them past if we can. Goblins up. Same thing here, we're gonna bring you guys kind of around. Launch some more vindictive glare, this time at the warp fire throwers. I don't think they'll try to have this Skaven slave slings launch any rocks their way. You waste. Ooh. When they miss entirely, it makes you sad. Come on back. Hopefully the skulkers can be sneaky enough. I actually don't think they will be able to. Fall back. Their army is doing some very strange things. They're not coming over here after us at all. Come on, rats. We might just try to blast the warlord here. I think continuing to tick away at the warp grinder's health is a pretty good call. They're not keen on getting closer to us. Let's go ahead and bring the trolls on away. I think they're trying to lure our sneaky units out of hiding, which is not going to work out so well for them. That one looks like it hit all of the walls. Oh, he himself has been invisible this whole time. Alright, they're going to try to chase you down with those Skaven slaves. We'll bring the trolls on over. I mean, if you're going to leave the rest of your army that far back there, we can bring our archers forward and do some serious damage. Bring these gobbo archers around. Are they gonna just fall back? Wee bit boring. You guys get up to the top of the hill. Doesn't look like the rats are responding to all of our sneakies just yet. Yeah, they're definitely trying to screen him off of the rest of the army with the vindictive glare. We'll go ahead and launch another one over. Maybe at the front line. Go through the rest. If you guys get too close, you're gonna have big surprise. Nope, all of it misses. Complete waste of magic. I'm gonna go for the point blank rock throw. Send in the archers. Let's go ahead and have the trolls move up as well. Or a little archer team can move up in and do as much damage as they can. Keep bringing the skulkers around. They don't have the fastest speed, so we want them to at least be following the army as much as they can. You move in to deal with them. You guys keep firing on these Skaven slave slings. Should be an easy win. Smash into these spears. Go ahead and make ourselves a little gobbo wall. Come on back there, skulkers. Unleash the moon howlers as well. Trolls, come on free. We do need some more up close to the trolls, but this battle's gonna be a bit more dangerous than normal. Goblins start falling back. Archers, you as well. I will send this group of archers around. Threaten where he can. Trolls, go ahead and smash in. You skulkers, go ahead and reveal yourselves. Have you use the don't even try it on this clown. Maybe. It'd be quite close to use it. There we go. And then go ahead and launch some more Vindictive Glare towards the Warp Grinders. Send one unit of Skulkers forward. Trolls, you guys keep moving. No reason to get bogged down. Skulkers coming through the woods. Slow them down so there's no escape. Go ahead and surround that unit real quick. These trolls moving because they're not enjoying being shot at by multiple units at once. Keep our other lad moving. Moon Howlers, come on in and start nom-nomming on these Skaven slaves. Alright, send the units in. Launch the Vindictive Glare over towards these Warp Fire Throwers, please. You guys come on back a little way so you're not in the middle of the melee. Pull the Moon Howlers away, you guys keep charging in. Honestly, any of you need to go ahead and pop your smoke bombs if you can. Beautiful trolls, come on back around. Whoa, rid. Alright, the rats are trying to push through our line. Very brave strategy. Keep blasting them. We'll go for more Vindictive Glare, this time at their lord. Complete surround. Mush them up. The Moon Howlers a bit more help. I do see that the Grinders are into combat. We are going to start seeing our units go away if we're not careful. You guys move in to deal with them. And I see lots of fleeing rats here. You skulkers chase off these slings. You deal with the warp fire. Lads are ready. Charge in, crash these warp grinders. We'll see some troll toll. They should be picking rats up and using them as clubs themselves. Ground pound. Boy gets set flying. At least he can get turned into pulp. Enemy Lord is looking like he's ready to flee. We've got those rats. Ordered and destroyed.
Goblins!
Everyone on down, and a beautiful victory. What I will do is run down as many of these rats as we are able to do, and I'll catch you all in a moment. Alright, a decisive victory. Was hoping we could snag something a little bit more like a heroic one, but 229 goblins followed the fighting. We are going to go ahead and... I think that all that replenishment is well and truly worth it. Yes. Yum yum, eat 'em up. And can we wah now? Awesome, 8. We can indeed. We've got 1,200 gold. Might even be a good idea just to grab an additional army so we can get even one more wah army going up. Can't really afford them. I'm very concerned what we're going to see next turn is that both of these armies are going to move together on Skarsnik, and Belegar is going to come in the underway. Because that's going to be so many dwarves. Oh, we are going to do with Kevin.
Magic's ready.
Can't actually make it back over. I think we need to keep going for the Gobos. And we'll have
See,
Kevin go into a march stance
this magic is
and
real.
get a little bit closer towards friendly territory. I don't believe Alano is going to chase us. If he does and he gets to the ambush, I don't think there's any way they get too much damage. What we are going to need to do then is activate our call to WAAAGH. Even if I'd like to get in one more unit. We grab any
Anything you
ROR.
say?
No. Hustle rate. Let's get it going. And we are absolutely going to WAAAGH against Angrund. So we are going to have the biggest WAAAGH, definitely. For Gorkamore, can we see exactly what we're going to get for completing our victory here? Let's go ahead and stop this just for a moment. Kill the stunties. We would get a construction cost reduction and more weapon strength faction-wide. Yes, please. We are going to definitely be dedicating this to... I think we have to dedicate it to Mork. We don't have all that many in terms of archers for now, so we're to Gork. And what do we start off with?
Skarsnik. I
Please
got
be something
plans.
decent. I mean, it's alright. We got some Goblos and a unit of Orc boys.
I hear ya.
Bring it on. 20 turns to take down their capital, which, what is counting as their capital here? This settlement up here. Interesting. Alright, we've got a long ways to go. Underway interception. Varagni's coming on through. So this is going to give us a valiant defeat. He's likely trying to escape. A lot of miners. I almost think we have to go for it, though, to see how much damage we can get on them as they try to flee. We've got Skarsnik's big wall, so at least we're going to have more in terms of damage and melee attack than normal. We aren't going to have our reinforcing army, which is a little bit goofy. 73 leadership. I think we have to at least see how much damage we can do on their way out. It's gonna be nasty. Let's go for it. Okay, so the stunties can only see our Gobos to start, so we're gonna put them off on one side. And definitely thinking we're gonna put them off on the side that they have their heroes, so we'll have these guys slightly angled to be catching arrows a little bit better. Archers behind them. Have all of my units very clumped up. I also want them further back than normal so the stunties are incentivized to come over towards us. We've got a couple of vindictive glares we can check over out of it. It's not going to do a lot of damage. More so to the ghosts. So that's what we're going to try to go for. We'll have you standing up front and being a nuisance. Trolls, I'm all going to keep off on this side. One unit slightly ahead of the other two. The Ragnarok I'm going to keep back by the line. The Squig Hoppers as well just wail in the back. All of our units are going to struggle in a prolonged fight with the Dawi. Skulkers will be behind our trolls, or even incredibly smushed against the wall. We'll have the Fanatic Night Goblins in with our front line. Some kind of back in the middle. They're going to be moving to engage once the Dawi are here. That way they can chuck their lads through with those spinning maces they have. The Night Goblins have to come out of the shadows.
Let's scrap.
All of our sneaky goblins, the normal lads, and then
The lads are ready.
cavalry. What we're going to consider is cavalry.
Brothers ready.
Right, and you were on a spider yourself, so we'll have you off to the side.
Night Goblin Simon.
Could have Skarsnik make all of the trolls unspottable, which could be incredibly devious. Yeah, let's do so. Keep him back here with the trolls. We're gonna have a little death ball of invisible trolls.
What we doing?
What we doing? Smushing some stunties. go for a normal cast. I'm going to go ahead and blast at the melee specialist. I think he's going to be by far the most important we deal with. I'm going to try to push this hero past their lines. Hear the battle horns. They might be moving towards us. Now I'm just going to stand there and shout. Decidedly very dwarven. So the ghost units here have only physical resistance. They don't have anything in terms of magical resistance, so the Vindictive Glare is going to be quite dangerous. Ooh, amazing work. Now we're just going to push you past the line if we can. Aggressively so. Keep you in this middle area here. And now we actually have an opportunity to keep our units falling back. You keep moving well around them. They're going to probably blast at you in a moment, but extra speed should get you through. Another shot at the Thane. Melee heroes are a huge issue for us. Look how fast he's going. Almost reminds me of Greasus. Just with like 90% less girth. Well done. Yeah, those are devastating for how much magic they are. You keep waddling back and forth there, Stunties. It's gonna go well for you, I promise. Night Goblin, Squig Hoppas. Fall back a little bit further. I'm gonna have one of you up to catch arrows, because someone's gonna have to. Right, another Vindictive Glare. See how much an overcasted one does. They're sending the Dwarf Warriors with great weapons back here. That's actually perfect. Youch. He is completely unbreakable, so I'm going to have to continue to blast those his way if we want to deal with him. But no more overcasting. That is incredibly pricey on the health bar. We'll leave this lad back here until we have the Slippery active again, and then we can slip him right around these Dwarf Warriors that are going all the way back there to try to scare him off, I guess. Big mistake. Enjoy the Vindictive Glare. Our Shaman has become a Survivor. And smashes through the ranks of miners as well. Just a little bit of health damage, not too much. You're gonna keep allowing that to happen. They are now also in a small little blob. These poor fools who keep running around will be so tired. Vindictive Glare. For you, my friend Halkenhoff. More green streaks away. Yeah, one more should be all we need. That'll be a huge hit to their leadership. Snuck by them and just fine. He might be finally starting to advance because they're scared of that. Losing a Thane is a big deal. Actually, an ethereal Thane. He's basically gone. How much health has he left? 80? Likely will be a surprisingly hard 80 health to get rid of, but works for me. He's invisible. He's just been blasting green at him. Alright, now we're gonna go ahead and take some shots at Hammerfist. Or Great Warrior, Great Weapon Stunties. You guys come on back. Still really solid damage. This squad. Change their formation one more time. Here they come. Another Vindictive Glare heading their way. Is hilariously effective. They are indeed. Absolute WAAAGHs. Keep you in the back ready to assassinate the Thane.
Skarsnik.
you to work your way up the side flank there, if you can. More Vindictive Glare. Yes, side and flank. It might be the same thing, it might not. They can't move. Okay, we'll just go behind them then, that way we're not getting hit. Shulkers, go ahead and fall back. We're gonna have you also kind of come closer to our lines, that way we're not getting chased by these dwarf warriors. The quarrelers are in range, which is a wee bit terrifying. Gobos are not going to last long. Go ahead and move into the line with the miners. They are indeed a minor inconvenience. Send the Gobos in. Start crunching them. You go ahead and move through. As long as you're stopping units from fighting, we're in a good shape. Skarsnik, everyone here needs to be invisible. We only got a couple of them, and we're just going to smash into this unit. Night Goblins, move your way in. Love this group of Night Goblin fanatics just charging around Dramar Hammerfist. Ragnarok, you're going to take a lot of damage from those quarrelers, so if you can move through them, we blast our own Ragnarok. That's beautiful. Move in and deal with these miners. Crooked Moon. Alright, Night Goblins are in. Send them through. Watch the stunties get blended up. Our own lads aren't faring too well. You come through and start smacking these quarrelers. Trolls you as well. Blast through this group of quarrelers. We did lose our front line. Goblins are not exactly meant to be devastatingly brave front line. Keep blasting those quarrelers. Skarsnik, you move in as well. Paw is going to be incredibly important. Gotta keep them moving. Trolls you as well. Keep everyone moving in. Around these miners. Have the fanatics send their goons out again. And forth the loony gets. The itchy nuisance on everyone in this back line. And have the fanatics stop dueling with the Hammer Fist. Let the normal goblins fight him. Even if I think the engineer's already gone. We'll just go for extra armor piercing damage on whoever's fighting up front. Because also we don't have our squig hoppers in here. We can move them in and go for a finishing blow on some of these quarrelers off on the side. All slippery. Come on, trolls. Push through the line. You got the normal goblins surrounding the enemy lord. Everyone else that's more elite keep pushing it back into the actual dwarf warriors themselves. More itchy nuisance. Keep them from fighting. Surround these quarrelers. Having these squig hoppers in here before would have been great. They're just kicking dwarves around. And that is the victory. Troll toll has been paid once more. And this one is indeed going in the books. I'm going to round up as many of these Dawi as we can, and I'll catch you all in a moment. Alright, close victory. Absolutely. Crushed Clan Angren's first expedition into our lands. Let's see what else they have for us. We are going to go ahead and ransom those captives. Interesting. He decides to go ahead and fall on his sword up there at Karagril, likely stopping us from building for a single turn. It's dastardly. We'll deal with it. And we'll also go ahead and take the extra gold. Alright, Throgny's down, which means they had to build up a whole, or at least recruit in a whole new lord. Bellegarde is going to still hide up in the top. And so if we tell the lads to kill each other less, they can kill the enemy more. Less attrition and more post-battle loot.
Supreme ruler of
Grab
HP.
kills here for Skarsnik. Ambusher is likely a very good idea now that we're in a combat with the Flatiron Dwarves now. I think I'll save the other point, that way we can go through the Spite of the Bad Moon and start getting some of our more of aggressive, unique skills here. Permitted Fungi, dropping melee defense by 24 and causing them to rampage. It's fantastic.
Skarsnik, warlord of 8 peaks.
Here with Sly. How can we make you more elite, my friend? Already very quick. Probably just making him better at fighting. Get over here towards it, they need stabbing. Go ahead and grab a counter striker here. Move on towards that activated ability.
I'm a schemer.
He's a schemer. Night Shroud allows us to be unspottable and pretty sneaky. Or we can summon in what the goblins believe the Bad Moon looks like. Sounds good to me. We'll grab a 1 point in that, magical reserves, and then a secondary point into Curse of the Bad Moon.
I hear ya.
Armor of Fortune. Give us some resistance and a ward save as well. I think that's a good idea. And the actual armor can go to our lad who's meant to be in the thick of things. He's already well armored up. We can help that out. Backstabber. Anything else, I'm happy to see where the auxiliaries are passed out to.
You need me.
Skarsnik, I'm going to have you hang out in an ambush stance.
Worthy of Skarsnik.
I agree.
Good plan.
Punishment is a little bit suspect here, though.
Nasty magic's ready.
And I take down Sundrum. I'm going to send the armies on over, and I've got a plane flying on overhead. I'm going to mute for a half moment. Cool. And we're going to give this one to the auto-resolve because it's going to be quite kind to us. So we'll go ahead and pass out the leadership buff to our Moonhowlers and get rid of Sundrum. That's what I eat. We're going to go ahead and snack on those captives. Kevin's got himself a giant wolf. He'll be much harder to catch. I'm going to have him grab a march stance and fall back again. That's 2 large Dobby armies defeated already.
I got plans.
Our war is going very well. Actually, we might have a Skarsnik come on out of any kind of stance at all.
I'm at
Do
it.
some actual proper recruiting. Upkeep plus 4% until Carrick 8 Peaks is recaptured. Oh, really? So once we secure all 8 peaks. Don't remember this being a debuff we had to deal with, but that's alright. Could just recruit in some more Gobos and merge these guys together. And merge them together. Add in one more group of Gobos. And then what do we do is in terms of trolls. I'd like to get one more troll. Our Goblin Archers are not the most useful. We'll kick this unit on out, and we'll replace them with trolls that we can't actually afford. We'll take them for a single turn. As soon as Kara Grill is up and running, we'll have even more money coming in from the Sunty Mine. Perfect. Now on to the Healy Mushrooms. Pump wagons, melee attack for goblins. We'll definitely want to start using some of these scrap upgrades very soon. For now, more replenishment is very important. Heroes we can add on in. It doesn't look like it. I've had Mochi jump up into the lap. As long as you can lay down and be good, we can hang out while I record. Sit down, small cat. No, she's gonna stand up. Alright, you have to be removed. Come up and start beating the brakes off of the microphone soon. Unassigned skill points. You can't lure me in. I will pass some over to Kevin, though, and finish off the Gobos. Alright, an uneventful turn. Where has Belegar disappeared off to? World may never know. We're only at negative 86 in terms of our gold income, so let's go ahead and drop in the Greenskin encampment at Karagmanar, which will also allow us to upgrade our troll building and get in a giant river troll hag, which, as I've been told, are the best spellcasters for the Greenskins.
I'm Trixie.
I'm Trixie. Come on out of your
Going.
here, and we'll jump into an ambush stance.
Sounds like a good idea.
Oh, I think so too. We'll bring you up in an ambush stance as well. Any higher than 40% up here? 50% next to where we slayed the previous group. That works for me. 18 more turns to take down their capital. Once we crack down these two armies, we are then completely home free to start rampaging on through. So, are there more upgrades to be had? Works for me. The migration. Great migration comes to our borders, demanding shelter from larger threats abroad. We let them cross into our territory, return them away. Do nothing and just tell them to go away, or we gain a bit of growth and group reduction for the cost of control. Sounds fine to me. Kevin's ambush was foiled, so there's Belegaris come on back to try to reinforce. There's so many of you guys. We have
Skarsnik.
only really got a bunch of goblins that have come on in.
I'm a
What about you, Kevin? This army also only has the one Doom Diver and just a bunch of normal gobos. Nothing too incredibly threatening. Go for the gold mine here.
I like
Try
a good
one more sneak attack.
plotting and scheming.
I am going to have Kevin, though. Have you go into a march stance and just make it seem like you're completely unthreatening? Choose to go in the underway, we might have to try to stop them. We're definitely going to go after Silva Tower here. 10,000 gold later, we'll have ourselves a pretty nasty landmark in terms of what everything is going to be giving us, but that's 10,000 gold.
You need me?
No, Skarsnik, you stay here. Need you to ambush Belegar. Onward. Right, Karakazul is gone. And it looks like that's Clan Moors. Uh-oh. We're gonna have threats on both sides then. Can we grab a non-aggression with the rats in the for the very moment? Absolutely.
Right, yes.
Our victory conditions are to wipe out both Clan Moors and Clan Angrand. But if we can make them go away just for now, that'd be great. Warars the Destroyer. Brother, you're ruining everything. Well, if I can take you down, I gain enough experience to get Skarsnik up to the next level here. Which this fermented fungi would be pretty devastating to fight the Dawi. You drop it in with their quarrelers and force them to charge one into combat.
The tribe's ready.
That's the way then. You both move up here and try to deal with this poor goat man.
Lots of plans.
Do I declare war on him? No one's scared of you. Run, little bull. The gobos are coming. We'll have Kevin go into march. Skarsnik, just follow on in. We'll give this one to the auto-resolve. There's no way. You've got so many armies coming on in. Flooding on over the WAAAGH tribe. Still lost 700. It seems like we left our men into combat. They let those Minotaurs get all the kills. We'll gain some experience for our troubles. Whole bunch of goodies. Followers all over the place.
I'm Trixie.
Perhaps we drop into a raiding camp?
Rotter's ready.
Perhaps not. We're now out in the open. Belegar has an opportunity to go after Karagmanar if he so wishes. Which makes me want to stop upgrading it right away, because we've now given him a free way in.
I got plans.
Well, that makes things a little bit spicy. Let's use our plans.
Schemes. I got schemes.
All available at rank 12. I started waiting a little bit soon. What can you do
I
saving?
hear ya.
Skulker. Let's come on up to Counter Striker. And then into probably Cornered Rat. Increases leadership.
Supreme ruler of 8 peaks.
Those last two there
I'm
for the
special.
Spellcaster. And then for our other Shaman Spellcaster, we're going to actually start giving him his spellbook. Stay as close to Skarsnik as you can.
Skarsnik, warlord of 8 peaks.
We are not randomly attacked by Beligar. And that should be the turn. Alright, the turn is again ours, and the Dawi are being very passive. Makes sense, Skarsnik is up to full power now, so what do we have going?
And schemes.
Just a bunch of gobos. 2 Doom Diver Catapults, which is pretty good.
Fine.
Same thing with this one, 2 Doom Diver Catapults, which is just fantastic.
Skarsnik.
Do we just aggressively move on Beligar's forces now, try to crash through Karag Ziflin? What I'd like to do, though, we'll attempt
That works.
a wee bit of scheming. Kevin's forces are pretty weak. 2 armies is pretty devastating. So what we're going to do is just move on through.
Move.
You set up in the Raiden camp stance. Then I'm going to have Skarsnik behind him,
Let's do it.
directly beside, trying to lure the stunties into a ambush. You come back a little ways.
Lots of plans.
You want to stop Kevin from Raiden? Do so at your own peril. We'll go ahead and throw in the boss's bowl here. We're over here at Correct Weir. We can grab. We can't mine marble because we're not quite clever enough, but we can throw in idols. Nay, nothing there at Correct Weir then. Then weird. Keep saving. We'll go ahead and give it another turn. Bring it on, Beligar. Skarsnik's ambush did not pay off, and so they all just ran for the hills. That makes sense. Who all is Clan Moors fighting against? Populace in one of your settlements is gradually vanishing. On certain nights, whole ghettos or districts are left abandoned. The only clue for the remaining denizens is a triangular symbol daubed on a nearby gate or wall. Skaven are at it again. Stealing our people. So yeah, who is Clan Moors fighting?
I left Chlora.
Just the Red Fangs?
Right ear on corpse. What part of pledge?
Interesting. And we need to deal with Engren quickly. So we're gonna have Kevin and Skarsnik move as one group here to deal with Haragyar.
Lost and good.
Kevin surround. Continue the siege. Skarsnik can come on in behind.
Worthy of Skarsnik.
Just gonna overwhelm these fools with numbers for now. Beligar's gonna slowly fall back.
The spells are charged.
Alright, Kevin, here's another auto resolve. No way these stunties will be able to hold the line. We're gonna go ahead and crush them. And what we are kind of waiting for is the proper fight against Beligar.
You need
Skarsnik,
me.
once again, we can move on up and take down Karag Ziflin. How well defended? Not at all. I'm going to do so. So, Kevin, you're going to hold the line here.
Now.
Let's give you Itchy Nuisance.
You want schemes? I got schemes.
I think the best play in is to go for the Earthing, so he's not blowing up the spells in his own face.
I'm Trixie.
And then they need stabbing. We will fight this battle ourselves.
Skarsnik, warlord of 8 peaks.
It'll be a quick one. But I think the Dawi need to learn this lesson the hard way. Two minutes until our WAAAGH army shows up, which is very interesting because a lot of the AI groups will get them in about 5 seconds, so now we're at a little bit of a disadvantage. Meaning we're not going to get to use our Doom Diver catapults like I wanted. At least we might not get to. The trolls up on either side, and I think we will have Skarsnik hanging out with them. Same as last time. You up on top of the hill. And then what we'll do is just have the goblins directly back. Archers on this side here. Have all of the one little formation they've given us. Fanatics on the inside. I like the fanatics on the outside. We can have the skulkers in a much better position, hanging out on either side of the enemy there and being bodyguards. Fanatics, normies. We'll bring the spider to the center. Perfect. That's the goal for all the sneaky infantry. Normal goblins. The beasts, and then our salinity papas. Let's get the battle going. They'll let us wait for our reinforcements to show up. I'll happily do so. Doesn't look like it. Well, in that case, start advancing. We'll have Skarsnik have all of these trolls disappear. Be quite the feat. Quite the experience if you're a Dawi as well. All of the trolls just disappear. Move you two up into the woods. No one will suspect a thing. Keep the rest of the army moving in. The invisible trolls. You guys just hang out here. The trolls kind of move up. As soon as they are visible, those Quarrelers are going to start taking as many shots as they can. Have you all move in to engage those individual miner groups. You as well go fight those miners and blasting charges. Stalkers. Go ahead and smash in. In come the lads. You can only use they need stabbing on heroes and the like, so we'll send everyone else in. All three archers go after the same unit of Quarrelers there. Great fun. We'll go ahead and drop down the Curse of the Bad Moon on these poor fools surrounding our other. Trolls have arrived. They are hungry. Go for some horrible itchiness as well. A Bad Moon is just a nightmare. It's missing everyone, but it's being quite intimidating in the process. Excuse me, let's not run into our own Bad Moon. Got quite spooky for a moment. Go ahead and pull you away from the fighting. Let the Goblin Archers rain havoc down. And here come our reinforcements, finally. Let's make sure they make it into the scrap, except for the Doom Divers. We'll do more harm than good at this point. Trolls, come on in. For a glorious charge. The magnificent troll smashes through the armored core. Miners never knowing what hit them. That's that. And the settlement falls with little to no casualties on our side, which is exactly the way it should be. I'm going to run down as many of these vendors as we can. Catch you in a moment. Alright, only 18 gobos fall in the fighting, and that could have been from the reinforcements tripping on each other when they came on in. Gained some scrap, and I think we should absolutely sack Karagziflin for our troubles.
Like a good idea.
Man, they're actually going to be able to Eligar wishes he could hide in Ziflet if he wants, but I don't think he's going to. Armor of Silver Steel for our troubles. Perfect. Get past that on over to Kevin here. Make him a quite heavily armored wizard. And we are going to do so. Zajar, you can have the Gambler's Armor and the Channeling Staff. We are looking quite nice. Backstabber for you. I'm going to go ahead and snag the Swindler from Skarsnik. Any of the ancillaries that I can use on just the heroes that I'm going to normally keep with him, I'm absolutely going to. For Zajar, we're going to have also snag the last point into Vindictive Glare, and then grab the Madcap Mushrooms so we can decrease our cooldowns by 30 seconds. Will be great for speed slinging spells on out there. Awesome stuff. We're going to go ahead and throw in the Silver Tower here at Karagril, which would be awesome if it also gave you a little bit in terms of a garrison, because it'll be quite difficult to keep these settlements under your control, all things considered. We could also, instead of that, go for the Hag Hut, which I'm actually going to do. And then the Groby Town. Action-wide post-battle loot. Do we just need the Squig Cages? High Goblin Squig Hoppers could be quite devastating. Or the Raiden Stashes. 3% more post-battle loot faction-wide. And anyone starting in this area would be able to move much further. Skarsnik's tent. A lot of extra control. That's actually a really tough call. We should probably go for our artillery building. So we can get the rock labas and the Doomdiver catapults. It'll also increase our overall research rate. I really want Squig Hoppas. We get Squig Cages in normal settlements. Obviously not here in Karagril, but oh, we can. That's going to be the call then. Karagyar is a normal settlement. We'll go ahead and repair that. And Karag Green is as well. Well, we could go ahead and chuck in Raiden Stashes in both then. To really increase our post-battle loot. And we'll keep saving for the Silver Tower. Excellent. Okay, well in the meantime, let's go ahead and throw in one more Lord back in Karag Manar. Or maybe Karagaloon, because we've got control issues? We really don't. We could recruit on in a Orc War Boss now to kind of be our general in charge. He's come on down. We've been sent a general from the Red Fangs. His name is... Let's grab Giblet here. Well, being perceptive allows him to see further, which would be very important. Zoggoth the Backstabber. I'm really just going to use you as a hero, so you're going to roll with Skarsnik. On it. Well, that's going to be all the time I've got for today. I have been Space Wizard Total War. Leave a like for the light god in us, sub for the sub-thon. I'll see you all in the next one.